Happy Batman Day, and look, we're looking right now at what I decided to keep inside for the animated series figures. I keep them in containers like this, and I decided that a lot of stuff's just going to have to go out to the building because I can't keep everything in here. So let's go through and see what we got that I consider part of the animated series era, whether it's not it's from that cartoon. Like this is definitely not, but it kind of goes with it. These are figures that are probably about the 5 to 5.5 inch scale. They go with the original Batman. Let's look at the original Batman. Here he is. So this is Batman from the animated series, the absolute best Batman cartoon ever made. This is your standard Batman figure. He has 5 points of articulation, his arms, his head. He has a cape somewhere in here, we'll find it. And then his legs. So he's basically like the Star Wars articulation. I also like the fact that they had him very flat at this time. They didn't have him sitting in some dynamic poses. Those did come along later. I did not like them. So again, you'll find some other figures in here that go with him. This is one of the Robins. This is the Dick Grayson. I don't remember exactly which one it is, but this is the one I decided to keep inside. And this is gold from the Brave and the Bold series. It goes in the same scale, so that's why I kept it in here. Here we got when Dick Grayson got older, he became Nightwing. I have several versions of Nightwing, but this is the one I like the most because it looks the most like him. I do hate the long hair though. Like seriously, I know that was the thing of the 90s, but hey, whatever. And I'm not a hypocrite. I know I had long hair too, but I'm just saying. I like this one because it glows in the dark. That's why it stayed in here. Okay, so I had a bunch of the Justice League figures from the kind of like, it was like really closely related. Unfortunately, I don't know where those are. They had more articulation, just slightly. They had elbows and knees, but they kept the very similar aesthetic to the Batman the Animated Series. This is a future version of Superman. Now, I could have used the Bane. I like this one. It's a lot bigger, and I feel like Bane should be a lot bigger. Now, when Bane first came out, he wasn't. This is from a different series altogether and a different scale, but I feel like he fits perfectly with this, so that's why he stays. This is I think it's called Future Batman. He's actually from a different series and a different scale, but I threw him in here because, well, I like him. So let's go back to the animated series again. We got Batgirl. I have several versions of her, but I like this version the best. It's the black and yellow. Of course, they repainted her 1,000 times. Start going to the other side. One of my favorite villains is Mr. Freeze. Everybody chill. This is one of my favorite versions of him from the animated series. Another villain is Two-Face, Harvey Dent. They have several versions. The last figure I ever saw on the pegs was just a few years ago at the CVS on the corner right in front of Walmart. They had a weird computer whatever version of him. I was like, I can't believe that's still there. I didn't get it because, well, I don't need it. Another glow-in-the-dark Batman is why he's staying. These were some that I found after I did the whole everything's got to go. So I was like, oh, I might as well throw them in here. So we got Robin. If I say Bat Robin. We got this Robin and this Robin. So those are 3 Robins I found after I've already went through and purged, basically. And of course, what would Batman be without a Joker? You need me. No, I don't. And then from the Justice League, we got one of the Green Lanterns. I don't know her name. Sorry. And we got Mad Hatter, which was, I think, no. I think he was from previously. Let me get some things out of the way here. Here's another Batman that I thought was really cool. This is the Batman from the future, I think, or is it from Earth 2 or something? It's one of the alternate versions of Batman. It's not, and it's from the animated. Well, I think it's from Justice League. Yeah, Justice League. Here's a silver version of Batman. I just thought it was looking pretty cool. I think this one I found after I was going through the purge. Gold Batman. Also, I think this is one I bought to repaint because he's scuffed up. Okay, which is which? Well, this one's got the bat without the logo. This has got the bat with the circle around it. I personally like this one better. I just like that 30s, 40s, whatever bat logo. This is the one I grew up with, but as soon as I saw this one as a kid, I immediately liked it. Sorry, Batman, we gotta go. All right, he's in here even though he shouldn't be. But I mean, I threw him in here because he's too big for the 3.5 or the 1/18 scale. But he's also too small for these, so he's kind of not got a place of his own. But he looks too cool. I like his chunky boots and his chunky hands. Very different proportionality. A comic book that I read when I was a kid was called Adventure Comics. It had this version of Starman in it. He looks very small compared to Batman. All right, this version of Riddler is like my favorite version. It's a little bit too small for him. I think this was made by Toy Biz and made in the late 80s. Another one, the Metal Man. It's really the same mold, different maybe face, and of course a different pressing of the color. Oh, there's that bat cape I was talking about. And here's a bat stand for Catwoman. A gauntlet that probably goes to somebody else. Here is Batman Beyond from the 90s. This is the translucent figure. I like it a lot. Here we got the Penguin, and the reason I put down Batman is because I have this metal figure that I keep with him. I thought he had a coat in here somewhere. Here's another bat cape. Here's a different version of the other guy. I think I like this one better because it doesn't have the thing on the back. And then we have Batman and his buddy Superman. This is the original World's Finest. I like this version of Batman because it's really cool. And of course, I don't like this version of Kilowog, but I do like Kilowog, so he's in there with Batman. And then we got John Stewart, Green Lantern, who is with him in the Justice League. And we got some other things in here. We got the smaller version of, it was after Dick became Nightwing. We got a, gosh, what is his name off the top of my head? I can't remember. But the younger, newer Tim Batman, or Robin. Like I said, I cannot remember his name off the top of my head. And I also have the Penguin weapon and a few other things in here. For some reason, I'm not quite sure what those are. Some Penguin weapon, I couldn't figure out exactly how to use it. It's like, but here's the Penguin weapon. All right, so what is your favorite version of Batman? Again, this one is mine personally. I like this one, and these are in a different scale from the other figures I have. They're not 6-inch. They're too small for 6-inch and too big for 3 3/4 inch. But they have their own place. I mean, they're so epic that even though I say I'm a 1/18 scale person, I'm not just going to get rid of my Batman the Animated Series. I'm sorry, but there's just too much epicness in this whole line. I do wish they made them smaller, but then again, I don't know. They're perfect like they are. Oh, turtle. Oh my gosh, I forgot about him doing this. Okay, so yeah, he's the one that turns into Clark Kent. Turtle. It's like, it's like so much play value. Okay, let's do the cartoon thing. Bonk. Oh, yes. Okay, so yeah, again, for Batman Day, this is my absolute favorite Batman. What is your absolute favorite Batman? There's a lot of other ones I like. I think he's cool, but again, when I think of Batman, to be honest with you, I really think of the one with the circle on his chest, but I want to think of this one. He's the original Batman the way he looks, except he doesn't have purple gloves, which I never understood that anyway. This is the original one. This is the granddaddy of all Batman. And I'd like to hear from you below. Which one is your favorite Batman? So comment below. Now. Do it now. Quickly, now. Have a great Batman Day.